From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Thanks for joining us today. It is the first day of December.
So let's get it started.
Rockets in the night sky over northern Gaza. Smoke rising this morning as Israel resumed its strikes against Hamas after the end of the ceasefire.
He's joined at the hip with Biden and Harris. He thinks Biden and Harris have done a great job.
Here's a guy who celebrated Bidenomics just this week.
It was the long-awaited matchup many were waiting for. Governor Newsom and Governor DeSantis battled it out on the debate stage.
It's a huge concern for us, especially since the season is going to be really busy for us.
It's become a new reality for businesses trying to catch counterfeit cash. But how is it done? We have answers this morning.
There are a lot of incentives going on right now for people looking for a place to rent.
Is it too good to be true? Landlords are trying to sweeten the deal to find your new pad.
Good morning to all of you. We made it to Friday. I'm Nicole Zalumis, and Ann is here. You were supposed to be on vacation today, but you stepped in for Gianna, who isn't feeling well.
Yes.
She's feeling a little bit better.
She is. So she will be back next week. I will be out. But it's been really nice to be here back on the morning show. Normally I'm on the afternoon shows and on the evening shows here on KPIX and PIX Plus. So, yeah, a little variety.
And you're telling the truth when you say that?
Ish, you know.
You're an OG morning star. You used to be on the morning show, so it probably is fun.
Been enjoying sleeping in my next life, but yeah, no, it's a fun blast from the past, and always happy to help usher in a new day and a new month.
Yes,
here
exactly.
In the Bay Area.
So why don't we take a live look outside on this Friday morning of December 1st as we say good morning. See, we queued up this shot for you because we know, Ann, it's your favorite.
It's my favorite.
You keep calling it the jewel box of San Francisco.
This is the shot from our Sutro Tower camera where you can see all the lights of San Francisco, and it all looks sort of tiny and really pretty.
Yeah, and thankfully there's no fog. We don't see any clouds out there. So what kind of weather can we expect, Jessica?
We're off to a cool start this morning. I mean, throughout the Bay Area, 40s in the forecast for us with some unsettled weather heading into this afternoon. Let's actually talk about current conditions. This is a live look right next to me over San Jose and the Santa Clara Valley. We're waking up to just some misty conditions, or actually I shouldn't even say misty. We're just waking up to a little bit of that marine layer kind of just in the Santa Clara Valley right now. It is dry for us currently, but into this afternoon, we could see some scattered showers rolling back in, and that'll be the case for us tomorrow morning too. Here's what we're looking at right now. 40s in the forecast for us near San Jose, upper 40s into Redwood City. We warm up just a hair more into San Francisco as we head north along 101 and right back down into the 40s once we pass that Golden Gate Bridge and head up into areas like Novato and Petaluma in the low 40s this morning with 60s for our daytime highs into this afternoon. Now I want to talk about this unsettled weather pattern because for the next 7 days there is a slight chance of showers depending on where you live in the Bay Area. And to determine how much we're going to get, well, it depends on the location because the storm track is to the north of us. So if anything, the North Bay is going to get hit with some of these leftover showers compared to the South Bay near San Jose, Morgan Hill, Los Gatos, for example. We're going to see trace amounts of anything. Watch what happens as I advance the clock all throughout this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, some light scattered showers in the forecast for us around 8 o'clock tonight. That's mostly along our coast up into the North Bay. It sweeps to the south into those overnight hours. And then we wake up tomorrow morning with just a little bit heavier light showers in the forecast. And when I say heavier, I mean that storm cell is more apparent. Notice this anywhere from the coast all the way into our inland areas near Fairfield. We're seeing scattered showers that moves to the south as we head into Saturday afternoon. I'll have more on this and what you can expect for the rest of the day today. For now, I'm going to send it over to you, Nicole.
All right, thank you, Jess. Let's get you caught up on your traffic. As Gianna would say, it is Friday light at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. Slow conditions in some areas, but nothing to be worried about this morning. Let's take a look over at the Altamont Pass. Traffic is not too bad right now compared to normal commuting days. It's a 35-minute drive from 205 to 680 going from Tracy into the city. Over at the Bay Bridge, shows metering lights are now on. Should still be an easy drive from what you can see there. Time from the Maze into San Francisco is 10 minutes.
The 7-day ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is over. Fighting on both sides has resumed this morning. 110 hostages held in Gaza were exchanged for 240 Palestinian prisoners during that pause in fighting. Yesterday, we saw the final wave of hostages and prisoners released. For now, 8 hostages and 30 prisoners. Amongst the hostages was a 21-year-old French-Israeli woman, Mia Shim. She had an emotional reunion with her family after more than 50 days in captivity. Now, despite the break in the pause, Qatar officials say negotiations are continuing to hopefully return to another ceasefire and get more people to freedom. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken left the Middle East this morning with the same goal in mind.
We will not stop working until we get every hostage back home with their families and loved ones.
Blinken also pushed for Israel to make further efforts to protect civilians in Gaza. And for the very latest on the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza, head to our website, KPIX.com. We're also streaming 24/7 on the CBS News app.
It was the debate that at first nobody saw coming, given that one of the 2 people participating is not actually running for president.
I thought this guy was running for president of the United States. If
You
you're
are
running
too.
for a
You just won't
are you
admit
running
it.
for a third
You just won't admit it. You will not admit it.
Why don't you
All right, gentlemen.
admit that you're
But
running?
hold on.
All right, we can't talk. We can't talk. I'm going to move on to the next question.
Florida governor and GOP presidential candidate Ron DeSantis squared off with California Governor Gavin Newsom in an unorthodox debate last night on the Fox News channel. Newsom said he was doing it to promote President Biden's achievements, but a good chunk of the debate sounded like this.
All right, gentlemen.
Let me talk about the excess mortality real quick.
Honestly,
because the
hold on a
excess
second.
mortality is other things.
I want to ask you both. Slow down. I want everyone to be heard. If I can ask you, I really do want this to breathe. I want this debate to breathe. I want it to organically develop. To do that, I need both your cooperation. I don't want to be a hall monitor. It's not my style. All right,
Biden administration, the last 3 years, it's been a master
Joe
class
Biden
in job
paying you
creation.
tonight?
Right after the debate, we received an email from Newsom's office asking people to donate $25 to Joe Biden's campaign. Well, last night, people gathered at Manny's in San Francisco to watch the highly publicized face-off between DeSantis and Newsom. And some of the people in the audience said that they wanted to get a better sense of who DeSantis is.
I figured this was like a better way to watch something like this, like compared to just like sitting on our couch and watching it, more engaged, more energy.
I think we've been talking a lot like we're really engaged in liberal politics and don't know as much about what's on the other side of the fence aside from Trump. So trying to get more educated on who might be the opponent in November next year.
Some also said the debate, while entertaining in the moment, could be significant further down the road. That's because DeSantis and Newsom could turn out to be frontrunners for president in each party in 2028. So will he or won't he? We asked Willie Brown, that is, the former San Francisco mayor and Newsom's political mentor. Our Sacramento colleague Steve Large sat down with him for coffee earlier this month.
Do you think Gavin Newsom wants to be president of the United States?
There is no way in the world anybody who's ever met him would answer that question any differently. He would like already to be president.
Coming up, we'll talk live with Chronicle political reporter Joe Garofoli to get his take on last night's debate.